Hello guys, welcome to the 184th episode of our Song Review series. My name's Abel from RapidProductions.com. We are now enter our third English song review here. And this time we're going to hear, or have the pleasure of hearing Photon Maiden sing. Today we're going to be reviewing our song called Here's the Light. And this song is mostly in English, precisely. So, which is why it merits as the third English song we've covered, except the verses are in Japanese, but the chorus parts, that's English, so we're going to be hearing a lot of English. And do note, this song is clocked in at 4 minutes and 51 seconds, so if you're asking who Photon Maiden is, well, you've come to the right place, because I'm just going to read them right now, so that I can get this right. Well, Photon Maiden consists of Ibuki Saki, Towa, and Noah. Yeah, voiced by the song that we're going to hear. Amy Mishima, Hinata Sato, Haruki Wata, and Risa Tsumugi. But with this type of team, I hope you're ready for a space type, because Photon Maiden is all about space. So I hope you're ready for this. And now, without further ado, let's see let's see how their singing style is going to be. I tell you that this is going to be a bit of a space type feel, so enough turboxing, let's get the song review underway. Let's listen in right now.
Here's a light that's been bright. All you need to do is follow me, pray for me. See the sky that's been bright. The name of the one that illuminates you is.
Okay, that's how we start the song off. Looks beautiful to start this off with an out of space adventure, do you think? But now let's check into the first verse right now, and then, which is in Japanese, then we go back to the chorus, which is in English. So first verse and then chorus now. Wow, such beautiful singing here in this song. Now we're approaching the second verse. Again, that's also sung in Japanese. Looking at the lyrics, this is more of like a nighttime song here. About like there's a light following you. Like, let me put it this way: there's always a light following you if you're ever getting stuck in things here. Let's listen into the second verse in Japanese and then the chorus in English. We'll see how things go from here.
繰り返す日々を眼差すうちに何かが芽生えてく。最初は小さなエラでもやがて
Wow, that was such a really good song. But more specifically, an out of this world song here. Feels like outer space here for a minute here. In fact, that's what its identity really is. They're a space type of thing, which there's a techno type of theme here, which is what we. Wow, I think this might be our first techno song we've covered here on this channel. This is beautiful. Like clearly, you gotta check the song out if you didn't get a chance to hear this. This is really good, actually. And I think this debuted episode 9 of First Mix. However, this song actually performed as well on the second season of, which is an all mix, but on episode 8. Wow. I gotta say that this is perfection here. You gotta check the song out if you didn't get a chance to hear it, because truly, it is that good. You would be mistaken if you didn't get a chance to hear the song. But now I do think we hear the entire second half of the song again before we close out this with a verdict here. So let's do that. Then we'll come back to give you guys our final thoughts. Wow. Wow, that was beautiful. Truly, I mean, this is such a beautiful song. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with how this was performed. Like, truly, I've got to say, this is perfection. honestly, you would be mistaken if you didn't listen to the song. Because truly, it is that good, honestly. You would be mistaken if you didn't listen to the song. It's like, oh, I mean, really knows how to deliver a really good performance. And this song clearly proves it to you. So truly, if you ever find yourself visiting a song like Here's a Light, it helps you find the light if you get lost. But truly, this is such a really good song, and in English as well. But really, I would strongly suggest you check the song out if you didn't get a chance to hear. Because honestly, this song is really good. I do think you should check it out. Honestly, everyone did such a little story about this song. While this was an insert song in episode 9, it was also used as a ringtone. And ringtone. Back then, it went ring. I think it was on episode 12. Yeah, episode 12 back then. And on episode 13, again after the inverse mix. So if I can explain this properly, you know exactly what I mean. It has a ringtone set to Here's the Light, as you've heard on episode 12 and 13 of First Mix, in addition to being an insert song in episode 9. All that said and done, it was to happen. The reason why I set that ringtone and it's because if you look back at episode 10 of First Mix, right when Brand New World was discovered, you'll see that Ring could actually befriended Toa. That's when this song came into play with that. That's why. She used Here's the Light as the ringtone because of her friendship with Toa. And as Toa called her back in episodes 12 and 13, that ringtone was used. That's how that story comes in that. But still, overall, Here's the Light is truly such a really good song. And I definitely think you should check the song out if you didn't get a chance to. That said, it looks like we are ready to roll out this matter. The song receives a perfect 100 out of 10. Truly, I mean, this is beautiful, honestly. Especially in Technoland territory. This is hands down such a beautiful song. Thank you so much to Amy Mishima, Haruki Iwata, Hinata Sato, and Risa Sumugi for this beautiful techno type song. You forwarded such an excellent job singing this song with such beautiful voices as Ibuki, Toa Hamaki, Noah, and so again, our final very great song of Purple Heart. I'd like to say thank you so much to Amy Mishima, Haruki Iwata, Hinata Sato, and Risa Sumuki for this beautiful techno song. You forwarded such an excellent job singing the song with such beautiful voices as Ibuki, Toa, Noah, and Saki. So truly, thank you so much for an incredible techno song. Appreciate it. And thank you so much to all of you guys for joining us on this video. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe, sing, and share so you don't forget to notification bell. See you next time. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on an episode of Song Reviews where the Feltime Maiden comes back to sing again. However, this time, it's going to be the follow-up to Here's the Light. And that song we'll have the pleasure of hearing next is A Lot of Life. So we've seen the high-pitched Fountain in it, and this song, it goes to the tranquility side, feels like a little bit more of outer space here with this song. So you see what I mean here when we take a dive into that song on the next episode. But for now, I'm going to leave you with the second half of here's like the close out of this video. Until then, we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a nice day. I want